If you want to earn life-changing money online, you better see these 3 ugly yet important secrets. Did you know that there's only one proven trigger that can literally force money into your bank account? Listen very closely and watch every second, because this short video will be taken down soon. I swear you'll never forget this. I'm about to reveal how I make huge automatic income ethically using other people's efforts without ever needing to talk to or know them, making it stupidly effortless for me. All you need is a computer or a mobile phone and about 5 minutes of spare time. No keyboards if you don't want. What I'm about to show you is so ridiculously simple, all you need to do is listen and click or tap on your cell phone, and you can make money. It's nearly impossible not to. In fact, after watching this, if you have any doubts, I'll pay you $70. So no matter what, you're guaranteed to earn a minimum of $70 at the end of this video. All you need to do is to pay attention for the next few minutes. And no, I don't need your money. In fact, you can verify this. This is one of my earnings accounts, and it can be verified by clickbank.com. It's been earning without me even touching it. This is yet another one of my ClickBank accounts, which keep earning, that you can verify as well. This is also myself earning $1,600 within the span of 48 hours. It can be verified by one shopping cart. And that's only a small fraction of the money that grows even while I sleep, automatically. Anyways, I'm not here to show off. I'm going to prove that you can do this from the comfort of your own home. And I'll go over exactly how I earn that amount day after day, year after year. What I do need is your genuine partnership. That means it's in my best genuine interest to see you earn good money. And remember, a real partnership is never a pyramid scheme or anything shady. But first, there's something you need to know. This is not a make millions overnight button. If anything claims so, it's a lie. So if you're hoping to become super rich overnight, I'd rather you not watch this. What you're about to see is a really simple and ingenious method to turn your spare hours into money without risking a penny. It ingeniously has other people helping you without even knowing it. But before I show you this, there's something very serious I need to expose. 99.5% of the systems that claim to make you money online are complete scams being ran by selfish, self-proclaimed gurus. You know, the guys who show off their supercars, mansions, yachts, promising you the same. If you buy their system for instant riches, what they don't reveal is that you'll never see your money again. You see, all of these self-titled gurus are just selling hyped up trash. Most of them have never even tested the system they're selling us. The only reason they're so rich is because they're talented at one devious thing. I'll admit it. The one thing that these gurus all excel at is that they're great at hype. Just like a sleazy car salesman hyping you to sell a lemon. They seem honest, the car looks great while it's on the lot, and the price seems too good to be true. It's not until you give them your hard-earned money that you realize you've been seriously ripped off. Your hard-earned money and the sweat that went into earning it is now gone, and there's nothing you can do. If you even try to right the wrong, they'll do nothing but deceive you with further hype. It's a scam, sure, but the salesman gets a sale and could care less about you. Which leads me to expose, if you stumble onto a legitimate way to make money and actually start earning a bit, these selfish millionaires will try to stop it immediately. Just by their influence and money, they can literally wipe what you're doing out overnight. Think of it like you decided to open a local mom and pop store, and then the next day a Walmart Supercenter opens right down the street. You suddenly find yourself out of business. Online, something like this doesn't take a year or even months. It can happen overnight. That's why I have to expose a few things you won't forget, because I uncovered a way to slip through the cracks and make real money online without people noticing, using what I like to call money loopholes on the internet. What I'm talking about is so simple and rather obvious, it completely flies under everyone's radar. I know this might sound crazy, but there are no secrets I'm hiding from you or any details I'm holding back. This is it. In fact, it's in my best interest to help you succeed as my partner. Once I give this to you, you can immediately start using it on your own. Now, I know you might be skeptical. I sure would be if I were you. I mean, after all, it's not every day someone hands you something that legitimately works, expecting only a fair partnership in return. Especially when I don't even know you well yet. But I do know I'm looking to partner with upcoming successful people, like yourself. So before I give this, let me take the next minute to tell you who I am and why this is so important to helping you. Hi, my name is Mike D. And if everything I told you sounds too good to be true, it should. And here's why. You don't know me well yet, and I don't really know you yet. Other than the fact that you've been personally invited by a good friend of mine, we're basically strangers introduced through a trusted referral. So why in the world am I showing you this? If most people stumbled on what I'm about to reveal, they'd probably never tell a soul. They would use this trigger every day, keep quiet, and stay filthy rich. That's not me. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not doing charity here. I mean, for the most part, I like to help people. But that's not the point. It's because the second you get a hold of this and start making money, without even knowing it, you're helping me accomplish my main motive, which is to stop these greedy millionaires from monopolizing $1 billion pie. You want to know how? Well, here's the most important, ugly secret number 3 about making money. See, every time you use what I'm about to give you and make money, whether it's 200, 500, or 5,000, you're helping to stop these gurus from scamming others time and time again. I know it sounds like a crazy version of Robin Hood, but it's the darn honest truth. That's why I'm giving this to you. Because the harsh reality is, it's currently impossible for me to do this alone. You'll see why in a minute. Now, I know you may be wondering, what sparked this vengeance? And why am I devoting all of my time, cash, resources to stop these guys? Well, it's actually really simple. They hurt me. Really hurt me. Hear me out because this is super important. About 2.5 years ago, my life was a mess. A complete mess that not even a janitor could clean up. See, even though I had no college degree, I was able to find stable work at a nearby middle school as a janitor. I wanted to start a family, having recently married my beautiful wife, Iris. The problem? Every day I'd wake up scared to death to open my mailbox. You see, I was absolutely sure there were piles of bills that I just couldn't pay. My wife would sometimes get threatening phone calls from bill collectors. I was lucky enough to borrow money from family to rent a decent apartment. Every now and then, to mentally escape, I'd snoop around the internet and look for ways to make easy money, as any normal person would. One night I saw a cool-looking opportunity, promising me easy riches. I went for it. Did it work? Hell no. It was hard to use with 0 customer support. Tried another one and got similarly poor results. By the 5th one, I was overwhelmed. Look at this. I was over $25,000 in debt trying these scammy programs. I asked my boss to see if I could put in more hours, but that wasn't possible due to a fixed schedule we had with the school. I even tried applying for government food stamps. My tries with these money-making scams was making it hard to scrape together enough for lunch every day. Since I had a discount on the school's cafeteria food, I'd sometimes live off of that food. The insane thing was, average middle school children were eating better than the grown man that was me. It sounds ridiculous, but having bread and mustard and mayonnaise and some kind of meat and lettuce, it doesn't sound expensive, but for me it was. Some nights this was so painful, I'd go to bed wishing I'd never wake up. But my personal hell got even worse. And I'll reveal how this relates to you in a minute. One day, I was mopping the floor of the cafeteria after school ended. You know, just doing my job, along with my coworker Dan. He was taking out the leftover food. I hadn't eaten all day and I was on a 7-hour shift. My stomach was growling and my arms were tired. My coworker Dan had just marked the sandwich as expired. I recall him saying, "What a waste," as he tossed it. I figured, hey, it's in plastic, so it's fine. So I reached in and grabbed it. And to my knowledge, the school always donated what they could and tossed the perishable stuff. So I figured no one would mind if I grabbed the sandwich from the trash can. I ate it. The sandwich tasted so good. Here's the shocker. My boss sat me down the next afternoon and told me he'd found out about the sandwich. It was considered stealing. I was fired on the spot with zero chance of explaining, even with Dan's help. My wife Iris yelled at me, deeply distressed, seeing that I had lost our only source of income. I went to sleep nearly fainting as my life hit rock bottom. Next morning, Iris told me that she had scoured the internet last night and used the last $1,000 on one of our credit cards to try something. This time, I was shocked and furious at her. I kept telling her that I'll find work somehow, even if it killed me, but no more internet programs. She explained, as skeptical as she usually is, she felt this one was finally different. This one supposedly allowed us to speak to the guru on a regular basis for a recurring membership fee. After an hour debating and arguing, my wife won me over. Possibly from desperate confusion, I convinced myself that even if we failed, this guru would help us on a regular basis to finally succeed. You won't believe what happened next. This really caused me to snap, at my lowest point in life. Not sure about you, but to me, that's as personal as it gets. And the worst part is, it was too late. Give me a moment to reveal a hidden secret. Ever since I had gotten married, I had promised my wife Iris a comfortable life. We always had dreams of more. I mean, who doesn't? Everyone wants more. A ton of money in their checking account. A ton of time to spend with family and friends. And a ton of freedom to enjoy life. A long time ago, my wife and I would stay up countless hours some nights and just chat about our dream lifestyle. I'm sure you've had the same dream. The one where you're super rich, you have some expensive luxuries, like a multi-million-dollar mansion with an infinity pool, a Ferrari, a yacht, or maybe even a small private jet, and you have zero worries. You're living an awesome life, completely stress-free. After all, who fantasizes about being backed up on bills or living paycheck to paycheck? All right, so it's a bit unrealistic, but it's a fantasy. That's the point. There's no harm in dreaming, right? Well, think again. Take it from me, I found out the hard way. See, millions of people never realize this, but some of the biggest gurus are spending thousands, even millions of dollars daily right now to track down honest, hardworking people like us. They reach out feeding off of your dreams and promise a better life. But remember, they're nothing but good at hyping. Once they get through the barrier and you start believing their lies, these guys will do whatever it takes to convince you to buy into their scams. These useless programs only have one purpose: to take all of your money. That's exactly what happened to my family. On top of getting fired, the Gurus program drained our bank accounts. Even my wife's credit card was maxed out after the second month of the Gurus recurring program. That's actually how I found out about this. I'll never forget it. That day, I opened my mailbox with our American Express credit card bill. Strangely, they were full of random charges from companies I had never heard of, totaling more than $8,500. My gut instinct told me identity theft. I couldn't have been more wrong. So we called the credit card company and started freaking out. They explained how these random charges were actually from the same company, enrolling us in programs we never signed up for. I didn't have an extra $8,500 lying around, especially after losing my job. That very moment while I was on the phone, my wife burst into the room, her eyes bloodshot from crying and tightly clenching a box of tissues, she grabbed the phone out of my hand, hung it up, and said she had a confession. I already knew her words. The Guru system she had purchased put us into yet another $8,500 in debt. This caused Iris to have a mental breakdown. Personal issue, I'd rather not go into it. And here's the sickening fact. That same night, the guy personally responsible for ruining my life was on TV promoting the same BS that my wife bought. Talk about throwing salt on the wound. And it got me even more upset when I realized I knew him. Not personally, but the guy was famous for being a rich icon on the internet. Unfortunately, due to legal reasons, I can't say his name, but I can assure you, you never have to worry about this guy again. I knew I could never allow what happened to my family to happen to anyone else ever. Again, not if I could help it at least. I was determined to get back at him on my own terms. So I got online and researched everything I could about his business. Long story short, after 72 hours of relentless testing, I stumbled onto a small loophole in his business. I didn't know it at that time, but by filling this loophole, I had accidentally discovered a way to hurt the evil scammer. I realized as this guy was selling his scams to everyone on earth, he was forgetting to clean up and was leaving something very valuable behind. I saw an opportunity. I filled the gap he left behind and secretly hoped one day it would hurt him. I honestly had no idea what to expect. It wasn't until 4 days later that I noticed $375 in my account. Suddenly I realized how powerful it was. 2 days later, it jumped to $600. I knew this was it. I knew this was my one shot to get even and dig my family out of the huge hole we were in. So I loaded up on caffeine and energy drinks, locked myself in my home office, and got to work searching for another loophole in his business. I admit, it wasn't the best idea, and it took forever before I found another one. 12 and a half hours to be exact. And it wasn't half as successful as my first one. I knew that if I wanted to make money to support my family, I needed to really speed things up. My problem was, I didn't know one thing about computers. I mean, the only reason I even found out about my first money loophole, as I like to call them, was because of pure dumb luck. So I risked it all. I gambled all the money I had made from my first 2 money loopholes, $975, to invest in a local team of programmers I found on Craigslist. I showed them what I did to find the first money loopholes and asked if they could build a software to automate the process. I made sure not to give up too many details, nor mention the real reason why I was doing any of this. They said they could complete the software in 2 weeks and asked for $9,500. But thankfully, they were willing to accept a $900 down payment as long as I paid the remainder within 3 months' time, which I knew I could easily afford if the software worked. So I gladly accepted the deal. And another twist came. Waiting for the software was the longest 14 days of my life. Besides the $350 per week that my money loopholes were making, my family had no income coming in. We were being extra conservative on food, water, and electricity. It was a really rough time, but it was all well worth it. The software was finished 2 days earlier than expected, and it worked like a charm. Even I was shocked at the results once I put it to the test. It completely turbocharged everything. What was taking me 12 hours to find was now taking me 5 to 7 minutes. Instead of locking myself in my office with energy drinks, I was finding several money loopholes over my morning coffee. I don't want to bore you with all the details. Bottom line is, within my first 3 months, I was making $6,000 per month and started slowly paying our debt back. After 7 months, we were completely debt-free, and life was amazing. I couldn't believe how amazing this was, and was making more money than I ever imagined. After my first year, I made more than triple the money I had made as a janitor, and I was barely working. My software handled the hard part for me. It was finding money loopholes that I could fill in less than 10 minutes. You'll be surprised, the best part wasn't the money. Don't get me wrong, all the money coming in was nice, But the best part was being able to bypass all the gurus on the internet and stop them from trying to monopolize something so valuable, and even leveraging the gurus' efforts to make money without them knowing it. I just wish there was more I could do. And then it sunk in. I needed more people. And that's where you can help. See, I noticed every month there were hundreds of money loopholes created. Way too many for me to tap on my own. I don't want to see them go to waste, or even worse, have a guru stumble on them and find out. So I did a crazy test. I sat down with my family and 2 close friends. I gave them access to my software and supervised the process. And I couldn't believe how well they did. Everyone was making revenue in their first week. I was so happy for them, especially my wife. I still remember the look she had on her face after using my software and earning her first $1,000. I was so proud of her. She was finally able to make money online like she tried over a year ago. There was only one big problem. I still didn't have enough people. There were still money loopholes not being filled every day. Too many for me or even my family to take on alone. So I thought, what if there was a way to fill these untapped loopholes with people who deserve them? Good people, like my wife, who just want to make more money and live better lives. Well, that's exactly what I'm doing. In a few seconds, you'll be able to test drive my software and copy exactly what I did to get my family back and make more money than I have ever dreamed of. I need to take a second and really warn you. This software is really powerful. So powerful that it could mean big trouble if it fell into the wrong hands. That's why there's one condition I need you to agree before you start. And no, it doesn't involve you paying money. As long as you follow my one stipulation, the same power that's gotten me to where I am today, the same power that skyrocketed me to live in the good life, the same power that has found thousands of money loopholes and created multi-million-dollar opportunities will be at your fingertips. All you need to do is to agree to one condition. Sound fair? Here it is. You must promise to write me a personal email message the moment you start earning money. First, it ensures I get the necessary feedback to keep improving the system for you at a fast rate. Secondly, it assures me that we're in this partnership together and doing the right thing against the unethical gurus. I'll even give you my personal cell phone number inside so we can text message each other, just like this insider did. And I can only guess he did it while he was sleeping. Don't get me wrong, I want you to make money with it. Like I say, if you diligently apply this, it'll be nearly impossible not to. And I do need help filling these untapped loopholes. But what I can't have is if you're succeeding and not giving feedback to help better the system. And because it would be impossible for me to track every loophole, I'm asking for your word. Once you start making money with what I'm about to show you, it's easy to get greedy. So if you aren't positive you can make this promise, please leave now. This isn't meant for you, and you may accidentally cause a disaster for people who deserve my partnership. But I'm hoping since you're still listening, that's not the case. See, I purposely waited until now to tell you about this commitment, to weed out the people looking for a push here and get rich quick button. Because those people looking to make a quick buck are the people I don't wish to associate with. I hope you understand. So if you're ready to start making money with my software and have enough self-control to never abuse it, let's get started. You're about to experience one of the greatest moments in your life. In a few seconds, you'll be controlling one of the most simple and powerful pieces of software. And because while you're making money, you're going to be indirectly cleaning the internet of scams, I want to show you my gratitude and give you something. Consider this a huge gift. See, even though I spent nearly $10,000 perfecting my software, I'm not asking you to spend a single dollar on it because I want this to be the easiest decision you've ever made. I don't want you to spend more than 1 second deciding, and here's why. You getting this software as soon as possible and filling money loopholes is the best possible scenario for us both. It's win-win. You get the potential to make great money online, and in the meantime, I never have to worry about my software falling into the wrong hands. Because right now, some of the biggest names online are trying to find out how in the world I flew under their radar. And if one of them knew I had the software, well, Let's just say it wouldn't be pretty. That's why I'm taking this entire page down in a couple of minutes, because security is everything. In fact, the toughest obstacle I have with giving away my software was finding a way to make everything secure. And this forces me to tell the other ulterior reason I need your help. You see, as you use it, it allows me to continuously improve the security. That's why I really need your committed partnership. See, with a normal program or document, you just encrypt it and it's safe. But my software gets updated automatically as new money loopholes are found. And having a 24/7 flow of updates encrypted on the go is very hard. So I hired a team of security developers from the best place on earth, the home of Apple, Google, and the largest tech companies in the world, Silicon Valley. The team encrypted my entire software with the same model used at the CIA. I even posted online to have hackers from Russia test this. Talk about secure. It doesn't get any better than that. And even though this cost me thousands of dollars on top of what I had already spent, all I'm asking from you is a nominal amount to pitch in one time for this cause to show your appreciation, to help support the servers and high-grade encryption that are making this opportunity possible. And don't start worrying. Even though my software cost me nearly $10,000 to develop, I knew there was no way I could ask for anything close to that. If I did, the only people who would buy it would be the same multimillionaires that I'm trying to eliminate. So I decided to do something a little bold and take the $9,700 I spent, knock off the zeros. So all I'm asking for is a one-time pitch in of $97. I don't think that's too much to ask for. In fact, one more thing you're gonna love. At the beginning of this video, I told you I'd give you $70 of my own money just for hearing me out. Well, here, I'll extend $70 of my own money to help you cover the costs. Yes, that $70 from me paid to help you invest. I want this to be easy. So that's $27 plus my $70 that I'm paying for you to help cover the cost of the encryption and the network of quad-core servers that it takes to keep the software running even while you sleep. In return, you get the most powerful software there is to constantly pull in money at your command in a matter of seconds. You're about to have access to all of the money loopholes. And as more money loopholes are created, you automatically get them first. You're about to be making money online. It can literally happen in as little as 8 to 9 minutes once you start using my software. The best part is, being that once you get the ball rolling, it can keep earning without effort. Actually, if you're not making money with my software, I don't want a penny of your money as a partner. See, even though you can technically begin making money with my software in less than 10 minutes, it takes some people closer to a day or even a week to start making a full-time income. So I'm going to give you all the time you could possibly need, 60 days. 60 days of using my software as much as you'd like, making as much money as you can, and taking advantage of all the money loopholes. If for any reason you aren't satisfied with my software, partnering up, or the money you're making, I'll give you a lightning quick refund with no questions asked, even if it's 11:59 p.m. on day 59. Since you were invited by a trusted friend, I want this partnership to be zero risk on your part, with only massive potential to earn big money. As my personal bonus to my partners, I'll prove that there's zero risk on your part. So I'll give you something I call an emergency cash generator, so you can use it yourself. This is simple enough that anyone can start using it right away in order to recoup your part of the pitch-in costs that I'm already helping you with. So you're basically guaranteed to make your part back as long as you use this. I wouldn't be surprised if you made this back all within 2 to 3 hours. I even had one of my friends from high school partner up the other day by giving him this emergency cash generator. And don't worry, you still get to keep all the money loopholes and money you've received. You'll never need another system ever again. What you earn will never go through me. That's the type of transparent partnership I'm aiming for. That's how much I trust my software and trust you. Remember, you've given me your word that you'll shoot me a message the moment you start actually earning decent income with this. This also assures me that we're doing well at getting back at these gurus. I told you, I want this to be the most memorable partnership you've ever tried. So if you're ready to get started, my software and an unlimited amount of money loopholes is only a minute away. Click the download now button below, and in less than a minute, you'll have the same power that's changed my life at your fingertips. If the button below is already gone, then I'm sorry, because my software has been downloaded by the maximum number of people, and I can't reopen spots for new partners. If the download now button is still visible, click it now, before it's too late. I promise you'll regret losing this. Remember, you're not risking a penny. In fact, any costs will seem like pocket change after you use this. And please don't be shy. Once you start earning, you can contact me via my personal cell phone number inside. I love hearing from my select partners tell me how much better their lives have become. I won't let you go until you reach your goals, because we're in this together. What are you waiting for? If you're still listening to this means others are already filling money loopholes right now that could have been yours. Don't waste another second and risk losing out on earning together. Remember, tomorrow won't be any different, and I can guarantee you'll hate yourself later for not seizing this right now. Ask yourself, it's the only logical decision, because I have to limit access to this. Remember, if you don't gain, I don't gain. If you don't make money, you don't pay, and that's the way it should be. Click download now, and let's partner together.